What's up, guys? So I told you about a week ago on my Instagram feed, through my stories, that I actually did an unboxing for you guys, and I told you that I would be covering these fragrances right here as a first impression. I'm dying to try them. As you see, they are sealed still. I have not tried them, so I can't wait to do a unboxing / first impression for you guys right now to check these 4 fragrances and tell you guys my thoughts on them. So if you want to check these out, stick around. It's coming up right now. Welcome back to another video. Today is the first impression video that I'm excited to talk to you guys about and share with you, as I've been doing this regularly for you guys. Last week I did a stories talking about some of these fragrances and other fragrances included in the box that I unboxed, and I promised that I was going to do a first impression for you guys. So we have 2 fragrances that are brand new or newish. This is brand new from 2020, Silverlake from Bentley, which I love. I think it's definitely one of the best car brands out there. We have Penhaligon's Halfeti Leather 2020 release. We have a 2019 release and a 2017 release, both from Joop or Joop, which I think deserves more limelight here in the community. We don't talk much about the brand. I do enjoy the brand a lot since the mid 90s to late 90s. I think they've always had some really good solid releases. This is Eau Ohm Absolute, and this is Wow, which now has a women's flanker, and also there's an intense version that I really want to check out as well. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So we'll start off with the Joop Wow from 2017. This is actually a gift set that I got from fragrancebuy.ca, and it's actually pretty inexpensive, to be honest with you, and it comes in this really cool box, which if you don't want, you can throw it away, or you can keep samples, which I really like to do with my boxes like this. You can actually utilize it to keep your little samples, little vials in there. Actually does a good job for that. So this features a hair and body wash, so you can use that in the shower, and here is the little bottle. It's a 50 ml, which is an eau de toilette 4-man. Actually, it's so funny because when you look at it, you think it's a splash bottle because it looks like it would be something that you would unscrew to spray or splash, but it's a little tiny circular or like a ring that sits around the atomizer or sprayer. So here's the first blast. It's actually pretty good sprayer on this. And I actually tried this for the first time back in 2019, even though it's a 2017 release, at a duty-free, I believe in England, as I was going to a Sons in Italy. I really liked the scent, and I think I actually sprayed my hand. This was over a year ago. But what I didn't like about it was that it wasn't very strong. I thought it was kind of faint and not as powerful as I would like it to be. But it's actually pretty good. The scent itself reminds me a little bit of Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense. In particular, Dior Homme. I don't think Iris is listed as a note, but I do get that almost leathery floral kind of effect, cocoa-like, that I get with Dior Homme. So this is quite nice. Again, I don't think it's going to be very, very powerful as I would like it to be, but it is a very nice scent. And if you spray your clothes and you reapply, I think it's actually going to do the job pretty good. What I pick up here also is there's a little bit of a smoky vetiver underneath that rises as the fragrance continues to warm up on your skin. You guys know I enjoy vetiver. So this could potentially be a fragrance that I would normally wear perhaps for work, the office, because it's not a screamer of a fragrance. It doesn't push or project very beastly, but it's actually quite nice. It's got a little bit of a floral, a little bit of leathery accord, some ambery notes, and that vetiver that adds this nice smokiness to it. The nose behind this one is actually Christophe Renaud, which is actually the nose behind 1 Million by Paco Rabanne, which you guys know I do enjoy that fragrance, even though a lot of people think it's jovial, youthful. I do enjoy this one here, guys. It's actually pretty nice. It has sweet coniferous kind of accords here, a little bit green, a little bit herbal, but it's mostly that cardamom / leathery floral accord with that vetiver rising from underneath. Quite good. I'm gonna leave the 2 newest ones for last, so let's jump into the 2019 release, which is Yolk Ohm Absolute, which is actually a flanker to the original Yolk Ohm. I'm actually very excited to try this one. And again, it's another one that I did try briefly at the airport duty-free in UK back in 2019, going to his Sons. But I really didn't spend time, and this was actually one that I did not spray on skin. This one I did spray on my hand. I like the smell, but I want it to be a little stronger, which, by the way, like I said, there's an intense version of this fragrance that I will definitely try to get to try and perhaps review for you guys. I think it was released this year. So, cool box, black with yellow appointments. Really nice. Love the bottle. The bottle's really similar to the original. If you have the original, that pinkish, I'll pop it up here so you guys can check it out. It follows the same kind of pattern, really cool bottle, but it's got a dark bottle. It's colored from within, so you can't see how much juice you have in there. Joop or Yolk Ohm Absolute's written up front. And the sprayer is actually pretty strong with this one. Let's check it out. This is nice, guys. I actually like this one better than this one from the get-go. This is going to be right up my alley. I love woody, spicy, oriental type fragrances. This is going to be exactly that kind of a fragrance. It's one of those scents that's spicy. Perhaps there's coffee in here, perhaps cocoa. I do get almost a gourmand vibe to the scent. Very woody, very spicy, almost leathery. I think there's patchouli in here as well. All right, so the main structure of this particular fragrance, and I'm going to tell you one thing right now, guys. I'm actually blown away. Almost the same kind of feel that I had with Salvatore Ferragamo's Pour Homme Oud that I did for you guys, I think 2 weeks now. This stuff here is really good. It could be like a niche fragrance. The main structure here is Ylang Ylang, which is not very used for men's fragrances, which is very tuberose, Ylang Ylang, violet. There's a few florals that are jasmine, very heavily used into men's fragrances nowadays. It's really trendy right now. It's happening. And this is exactly what I get here. It's going to be a yellow Ylang Ylang, hence the yellow with the black pepper, hence the fact that the bottle is dark and black. You have a very spicy, peppery Ylang Ylang with some woody components. There's definitely vetiver in here, so there's that smoky facet that I love in my fragrances. This is a very nice scent. I believe this is an eau de parfum. Yes, it's an eau de parfum. I think it's going to be powerful. It's not going to be a beast projector, but it will stay on your skin for a long time. I can see this being very long lasting, especially if you spray your clothes like I like to do. I love the scent, guys. From the get-go, really good. Really impressed with this one. And by the way, there's tonka bean in here as well, so there's definitely a sweet facet. And I get some patchouli in here with that vetiver. And the nose behind this one is Antoine Maisondu. All right, so 2020 release, Bentley Men Silverlake. This, I believe, is the 6th or 7th flanker to the For Men collection. I couldn't wait to try this, guys, because you guys know I'm a huge fan of Bentley. Perhaps I'll do a good, bad, underrated, and overrated from this brand. If you guys want to check it out, please let me know. This is actually a tester that I also got at Fragrance by That State. It might be sold out by this time you're watching. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but I'll have linked to all these fragrances below if you guys want to check them out. But I got it for a fairly good price as well because this is a tester. And as a tester, that comes with a box, a cap, full presentation. You really can't go wrong. So let's try the actual scent. Wow. This is very nice. This has an aquatic, very refreshing, almost minty, introduction to the fragrance. I get some spices in here, perhaps some cardamom, perhaps some pepper, but there's something really refreshing about the scent. It could be geranium with mint or some fruity notes. It's something fruity and very uplifting up top. Perhaps that will develop. I do get a vetiver note in here as well. I think vetiver, so far it's been 3 for 3. I love vetiver. All these have vetiver. So I'm thinking that this one has vetiver as well. Let me take a quick gander, a quick peek at the notes. All right, so I looked at the notes. Yes, it has mint up top. It's very predominant, very strong, very refreshing. As soon as you blast it off, you get that mint. There's pepper. There's white musk. There's definitely a fruity nuance to the fragrance. And what it reminds me of right off the bat, it is very similar. There's also violet leaf in here, so it gives it that bluish floral kind of a vibe, that's almost not so much of a petrol vibe, but there's like a creamy, bitter kind of violet feel to the fragrance. It reminds me of a more floral, stronger, powerful version of Acqua di Gio from Giorgio Armani. So if you like that fragrance, but you wanted something a little bit different, I also think this is going to be very powerful from what I get here in the test strip. I think this is going to be a long-lasting one. I understand that current formulations of Acqua di Gio are very faint, very, not just lackluster in performance. I think this is going to be very good. And I love Bentley because they are notorious for good performance, good smelling scents, good affordability and price, and powerful performance scents. So the best of all worlds, great proposition, if you will. And I think this one here will be no different. So this is Bentley For Men Silverlake 2020 release. I'm going to spend more time with these fragrances. Of course, guys, as always, let me know in the comments from these 4 fragrances. I got 1 more to go. You guys want me to review first, or which ones you really want to see a review on, vote below, let me know, and I'll come back with a review for sure. And of course, if you want to see a good, bad, underrated, and overrated of this whole collection of Bentley For Men, also let me know in the comments, guys. Go crazy. Last but not least, we have Halfeti from Penhaligon's. I never tried the original. I know it gets a lot of talks. It's supposed to be like this beast of a fragrance. A lot of, great fashion, stylist people love to smell Halfeti. They love the smell of it. They think it's a groundbreaking, amazing fragrance. I can't wait to try the original. But when I ordered this one, they were out of the original, so I was only able to get this one here, which is a 2020 release, Halfeti Leather. It is a flanker to the original, which has leather, which I love leather. I think there's oud in here also. So there's a lot of really cool components. And by the way, Penhaligon is a great fragrance house, guys. It's been around for a long time. This is a beautiful box. Gorgeous stuff here. There's some award-winning crests up top. So Penhaligon's been around for quite a long time, since 1870. So it's been around for a long time, and it's a good, really good, very, elegant, very sophisticated brand that stood the test of time. Again, gorgeous lacquered, box. I love the accent of the little bow tie that Penhaligon's has in their bottles. This has like a little gold accent up top. It's reddish with the black lettering and gold embellishments. Really nice. You can actually see through. I am very excited about this one. I left the best for last, I hope, because just, leather is one of my favorite notes, something that I really enjoy wearing in the fall and into the winter. So let's check this out, guys. I can't wait to try. Okay. This is really good. This reminds me of, there's a fragrance from Atelier Cologne called Gold Leather, I think it's called. It's very similar to that fragrance. I'll pop it up here if I got the name wrong, but it's a fragrance from Atelier Cologne that I love. I think it's called Gold Leather. This is very similar to it, but it's definitely more skanky, a little bit more animalistic. There's a lot more darker components in here, but it's a fragrance that commands attention. Out of all the fragrances here, this is going to be the one that's going to be a little harder to wear to some people. But if you enjoy leather, this is very realistic leather here, embellished by spices. Let me just check the notes real quickly, but I get some spices, really a lot of spices. I get some woods and a very skanky animalistic leather that's really up front and center, and I think it's going to get even stronger as it becomes more active with your skin. So let me check the notes real quickly. All right, so I just found out the guy who actually produced this, the nose behind this fragrance, is Christian Provenzano from Provenzano Fragrances, which is actually going to be featured at ScentXplore 2020. So I'm actually blown away that, and happy at the same time, that I picked this fragrance up, and it's one of his. So this is a groundbreaking scent, guys. It's spicy cardamom, cinnamon, tons of spices. There's a lot of notes, but I definitely get a very chocolatey patchouli in here. There's definitely lavender, tons of spices. There's rose, jasmine, so there's definitely a floral component going on here. Absolutely, the leather is very present. There's agar wood, which really makes it a little bit smoky, but definitely animalistic. This is not going to be for everyone, but if you have a seasoned nose, if you like niche fragrances that are very well composed, fragrances that are attention grabbing, fragrances that are commanding attention. When you walk into a room and you leave that room, you're going to leave a trail that people are going to be wondering, what is that person wearing? Because it's going to be very mysterious, very dark. But at the same time, there's a beautiful fruity plum here as well. I love plum in my fragrances. So think of a spicier version, darker version of the discontinued fragrance from Bond Number 9, Andy Warhol, the signature with his face on it. This has definitely got the plum, which that one has as well, but it has a lot more darker components than that fragrance does, plus the dark leather. So it's a spicier, darker version of that fragrance. Almost bitter at times. Like I said, the leather here is going to be very skanky and animalistic. Or even golden leather from Atelier Cologne that I spoke to you guys about. It's got the plum. It's got a lot of the same ingredients that fragrance has, but this one here is a lot stronger. I can't wait to wear this, especially as the weather starts to get colder and colder as we approach winter. This is probably going to be one of my top, wearable fragrances for really dark and cold days. We get a lot of snow here, so I'm really looking forward to this one. If you love leather, this is definitely one to try. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you tried any of these fragrances from 2017, Yolk Ohm Absolute from 2019, and the two brand new ones from 2020. This just dropped. So let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these four? Which one is your favorite? If you have tried any of these, let me know your comments, how you feel about them, if you love them, if you like them, if you hate them. At any given rate, guys, comment down below, go crazy, let me know your thoughts. And of course, let me know which one of the four you guys would love to see a review right away, and I'll jump on. And of course, guys, don't forget to show your support. If you do enjoy these first impressions unboxing, please leave me one of these. Touch the little subscriber button and hit the little bell icon so you get videos like these straight into your feed. As always, guys, don't forget, ScentXplore is right around the corner. We're about 3 weeks away. Don't forget to register. Don't forget to claim your bag of samples, $200 worth of free samples to you guys, shipped straight to your door, providing you are U.S. resident. If you have an address here within the U.S., make sure you use that for your registration so you get the samples. Other than that, guys, it's going fast. Pretty soon it'll be here, and I can't wait to see you all. We're going to have great brands, Christian Provenzano, the nose behind this fragrance, will be there with his fragrance house, talking about his fragrance brand. I can't wait, guys. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be lit. Hope to see you all there, guys. As always, remember, fragrance is emotion in motion. So be sure to wear what truly moves you. I'll see you guys right back here with another video very soon. Take care.